We're here at the Pine Restaurant at the Hanover Inn with Wyatt Allen, Betsy and Mark Gates, 1959 head coach of men's heavyweight rowing. Coach, you began your spring season last weekend, swept Holy Cross and MIT. Great start to the year. Just what did you see?
Yeah, I mean, as I said in the press release, you know, it's always good to get a win under your belt early in the season, and to do it on our home course was pretty cool. What I saw was our crews looked like they had good base speed, meaning from, if the race is 2,000 meters, from 400 in to 400 to go. And that's been our focus through the early spring. So that was a good sign, and saw a lot of opportunity to dial in the skill portions of the race, meaning how we get out of the blocks, how we shift to our base speed, and then the end of the race, how we lift and sprint for the line. So that's what we'll be focusing on for the next few weeks.
Now, before that race, you were at Clemson over spring break. Just tell viewers the importance of that time, to be able to get on the water for the first time after being indoors pretty much for winter.
Yeah, that trip is huge for us. So most of the teams in our league start rowing in early February, right? And when we leave for that trip, and this year it was March 14th, that's typically the first time we'll be on the water. So we're generally 4 to 6 weeks behind our competitors. So to have 10 days of uninterrupted training and our student athletes' undivided attention is absolutely huge for us.
Now, last season finished 5th in the nation at IRAs, and just what are the goals and aspirations for this team? Just give a bit of an outlook on what you hope to see and what the expectations are and aspirations are within that group.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year was a historic year for us as a team, to win medals in 5 out of 6 events at sprints, and then to finish 5th overall at the IRAs as a team, and to win a bronze medal in the JV was huge. The goal for us this year is to match or even better improve on that finish as a team, and both in our individual crews. So it was a great year for the team. I would say if I point to one area we were a little bit disappointed with, it was the varsity not making the grand final at the IRA. So that's a big goal. We want to get all of our crews in the grand final, which means you're in the top 6. And once you're in that grand final, all bets are off and you're racing for medals. So that's the end goal this year.
Now, how important are intangibles in rowing? And several student athletes were off campus in an off term, but were rowing. That was a big emphasis for them, that they cared so much that they wanted to row. And just how important there's skills, there's tangible skills, but there's also intangibles in rowing. Just how important is that in the sport and for this group?
Yeah, like I think most sports, right? There are guys who are key players, key team members for their skills and what they bring athletically. Additionally, there are guys that are culture drivers, right? And having the older guys off campus, some of our juniors off campus rowing in remote situations, was good for them. It also cleared some space for the younger guys to step up into leadership roles, which I think they did really well over the winter. So it allowed the group that was here with us over the winter and training on land to kind of grow and develop. And then when we got the full group back together in Clemson, it's a huge momentum boost. You feel like the team's fully back together and you know, focused on the end goal. So yeah, does that answer your question?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and then just final question would just be identity with this group. Just are you seeing an identity form with this group?
Yeah, we are, and they're building off the identity that's been formed for the past 4 or 5 years. And that's one of just sort of an underdog mentality, right? We've got a really deep competitive group. The guys like to work hard. They like to push each other every day on the water. And you know, I mentioned it earlier, one of our biggest challenges here is we're the furthest north in our league, right? And we have the longest winter and the shortest spring, and that's a perceived disadvantage. And I think our guys embrace that. They take it to heart, and they're focused on overcoming that, and in some ways proving people wrong. So again, I think if I was going to pick a defining characteristic for our team, it's that underdog mentality and that willingness to train like we're behind, right? So
thank you so much for your time, and best of luck the rest of the spring.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it, Justin.